And he's Vylant mine art that is main too.
Yep.
So
All right, now sacking those banelings for that planetary fortress. That's nice.
I like that
That could have
move.
been sooner, but that's fine.
Yeah.
So, like, despite all that, I think that you have this game won right now.
Hmm.
Definitely have this game won if you, if you like play smart. Take another expansion right now, or just take like 2 expansions because you could afford it. Actually, you're running low on
Yeah.
money now, but
But yeah, you should have definitely taken a couple expansions 2 minutes ago.
hmm
And your upgrades, you did good. The upgrades at the earlier part of the game, you kind of slowed down though. You're at 2-1. So, and if you just look at his Marines, I think they're 2-2. So that's gonna make a huge difference towards the end of the game.
oh yeah, definitely.
And his Muta's going in for some harass.
Yeah, and control your mood is a little better. I think you might lose a few here. Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah, just gotta watch those really closely.
Yeah. All right. So looking at your army and his army size, I definitely think you have enough to take him out.
Yeah, just need a good flank with the Marine, the Lings and the Banelings.
Right.
I,
Okay.
I would recommend sending the Lings like around the back, behind the tanks, and the Banelings in from the front.
Yeah, especially since you have creep there. You'll
Yeah,
have a,
should use the creep your advantage. You did a really good job of spreading it.
and he's moving up really far with his marines. You should be able to flank them and take them out. All right. And I think here's another spot where not having hotkeys is a little is hurting
Yeah,
you.
because you kind of just click with your Banelings and Lings. You could
Yeah.
have just been like move clicking the Lings and pulling them behind the Marines and just moving the Baneling into the Marines, and that
Right.
would just annihilate them.
Okay. So hold on. Can we pause the game real quick?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Pause.
Okay.
All right. So how do you like to hotkey your shit? Like, say you
First,
have this army. How do you like to hotkey it?
when I do a Muta Ling Baneling, I do Mutas on 1, Banelings on 2, and Lings on 3.
All right.
So I just well, I don't really ache like the Mutas. I just kind of look for a good position and micro them appropriately, because if there's Thors, you gotta do the magic box. If there's
Right.
Marines, you just gotta like go for the tanks. But yeah, that's just the way I do it.
Okay. Yeah, I basically do the same thing. So yeah, I have my banelings on 2. So I would like A-click with both my mutas and my zerglings, and with my banelings I'd hit 2 and then right-click just to move them through.
Yeah.
So you're controlling each one of those individually, and that should help
Yeah.
here. Like, instead of you just selecting everything and like moving everything around, I think that would have helped you a lot, like during those
It makes
battles.
a really big difference. Yeah.
Definitely. Just go into the unit tester and like try some shit out. And
Yeah.
that
It
should
just
help.
takes some practice though to coordinate it, but once you
Right.
have it down, it makes a very big difference.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm gonna resume playing. Ready? 3,
Okay.
2, 1, play.
So you're still in decent position right now. You have your army's slightly behind, but if you just get a couple good Baneling shots off, that can completely change it. So
Oh, that's a lot of tanks.
that is a lot of nice. I like this though. What you're doing with the Mutalisk. Just
Mhm.
gotta be careful with them, because you definitely can't engage that head on.
Yeah, and something I learned from Sheth is that you could just counter here. Exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Looks like it.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
something you could definitely do. Because
And you just have a. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, you definitely don't want to engage those tanks
Yeah.
when they're sieged up like that. If they unsiege, go right ahead. But if they're not, doing this is good.
Yeah, and you can just pull those Zerglings back if he pushes closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You took out a lot of SCVs. He didn't have a planetary either, so that was really good.
Okay, so you're right here, engaging the tanks, but I think you had to scroll up and grab your other units. If you had them hotkeyed, you would have been able to grab them a lot quicker, I think.
Yeah, could have sent them all in at once. Would have made a huge difference. Yeah, and also right now the upgrades I think are what are making a really big difference, because 3-3 and you're still 2-1.
Oh snap! Definitely.
So yeah, even this little engagement here, you're just kind of throwing units away. So you should just if you see a bunch of units and you pretty much know you can't kill them, just pull everything back until you know you can take the army, because otherwise it's just a waste.
Yeah, definitely. Always be pulling your army back if you're not gonna be able to fight it.
Yeah, because those links look like they might have been able to take those marines, but if you're ever not sure, you shouldn't engage until you absolutely know you can crush the army.
All right, and that looks like it's gonna be game soon.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you think are the main things he needs to work on?
Number one, I'd say, would be scouting, because like the first 15 minutes of the game, you pretty much had no knowledge of his army or what he was doing,
Right.
and that could have really hurt you. But you're lucky, like your army composition kind of countered his. But if he went like some crazy Banshee Thor build, then you would have definitely been screwed a lot earlier. So I think that, and your expansion timing is like really, that can like make or break the game essentially.
Definitely.
And your third was pretty late, and the saturation was pretty bad even after it went up. So something to look at, because I like to get, once you see the turn expand, you should feel safe throwing down your third, because you need to always have that one base advantage over Terran. So
yeah, they're like when they're expanding, they're gonna want to secure their expansion before they move out. So you're safe to expand at that time.
Yeah.
All right, and Vylant leaves the game then. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, scouting number one. Definitely agree with that. Number two, what did you say was number two? Expansion timing. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, my goal in the game is to get my third down by 9 minutes, but that is all depending on like what happens before that. But if everything goes smoothly, I want to get my my third base down by 9 minutes, because during that game you definitely had a chance to get it down at 9 minutes.
Yeah, and even if when you see you're behind economically, or even if it's 3 base versus 3 base, you should definitely feel the urgency to take a base or 2 more bases, because you know you can't keep up economically with the Terran when they're that, like, it's that even. So they have mules, and yeah, it's not good. It's not a good situation.
Yeah, overall I think he did really well. Like, he just has a few things to work on, and I think he would have crushed this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a few little things.
Oh yeah, lastly, the hotkeys. You should work on the hotkeys, definitely. That's definitely going to help you with your microing.
Yeah. If you just fix those little things, you'll be masters in no time. Like,
Yeah. And let's see. Oh yeah, again, that attack on his in his natural, where you killed like all his marines and left all the tanks. If you attack with your whole entire army, you would have won that game right there. That's just one thing, but
yeah, and keeping the Terran on 2 base is like a really good strategy. So the earlier you can take out the 3rd base, if you have the option to do it, just do it, because it hurts them so much. They can produce so many fewer units, and their unit composition is limited also to just marine tank. It's hard for them to make some Thors when they have only 2 bases. So
yeah, definitely
changed a lot. Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. We have Vylant in the chat right now. Let's see.
All right.
Do you have any questions, dude? Waiting on him.
Okay.
All right, I don't know. Maybe he went AFK.
Oh, okay. No worries.
All right, he's asking us, what do you think is the best third to take? That's actually a good question. I have a.
Yeah. There's different benefits of taking each one, I guess.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
Okay, so if you take the gold, you obviously get more minerals.
Yep.
But the downside is it's pretty easy for the Terran to push up into it.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know. I like to take the one at the 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock?
I don't know.
11.
Yeah.
Wait.
Or was it the one that's to the left of your nat? The one that's
okay.
Really,
yep.
the one with the backdoor rocks or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
I like to take that one because I don't know. I think it's fairly easy to defend, but if you don't get the rocks down in time, then it's
Yeah.
completely the opposite. So
To be honest, I don't know. I'd rather take the gold over that.
oh yeah,
Yeah, just because I think they're both really shitty to defend.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like if you're spreading your creep well, it's still hard to get your creep there by the time they do their first push.
Yeah.
So one thing I've been
It's
talking
fun.
about with people is taking I guess this is like the 330 position.
Yeah, the one Vylant took, right?
Yeah, the one Vylant took. Because if they want to commit to take that out,
Yeah, just counter.
you just counter and then
Yeah, it's a really good idea.
yeah, that's one. So
I've never actually tried that though, but I've seen a lot of the pros do it, so I
yeah,
think
that's one really good advantage of taking this one. And you know, if they're not committing a lot to it, you could just defend it pretty easily.
yeah,
But if you're gonna go
and
for the one on the left, I guess you could either take the gold or the
yeah,
one you were
it's fair.
talking about.
Same situation.
My preference is the gold, just
Yeah.
because they're both shitty to defend, and if you do defend it, you'll have a little better economy.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, also another benefit of taking the one at the 330 position is that they might not even scout it, so you could have it up for a long time,
Yeah, definitely.
not get any pressure
Mhm.
towards it. So yeah.
All right. Anything else, bro? Anybody else
Uh,
on the stream want to ask any questions? Questions. All right. I guess that's good enough. He doesn't have any more questions. I don't think anyone else on the stream has any more questions.
Sounds good.
All right. Chaos is asking if we take the fifth and the fourth at the same time.
Mhm.
Well, that's situational.
If you can, or if like, I think it's fine if you do, because even if you lose one of them, if you get your fourth up and it's like well saturated, it helps a lot. Because a lot of the pros, like if they're behind, they'll just take like 4 bases at once and expect to lose half of them.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a good point.
Yeah, so you just got to do what you got to do to stay in the game. Because if you stay on even bases, you pretty much have no chance of beating the turn.
Yeah, and a lot of the times when I can't take my fourth and fifth base, I usually have the money too. So yeah,
Yeah.
why not? You know. All right, so that's about it for our first review. Good job, aaroB.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, I think it went well.
It went pretty well.
All right, yeah. So visit sc2review.net, and thanks for listening.
Thank you guys for watching.